Hello everybody, my name is Ilya.
And my name is Tyler. Together we make up Kovray, a couple that loves to play board games.
And we're back from Gen Con 2023.
It's been 5 days since I've been back and I'm still sick. But it's not COVID and I'm happy we went.
So in this video we're going to talk about our Gen Con 2023 experience, some of the highlights, some of the learnings, everything that we took away from this wonderful event, and of course the games that we managed to bring all the way back to Canada.
Yes, we probably aren't going to talk about all of the games, but we will do like a rapid fire. Here's a screenshot of the games we got and then talk about
we'll bring them on the table.
Oh, we're going to bring them. We're going to bring them up.
Yeah.
Bring them up.
Exactly. So stay tuned for that because we'll do that at the very end. But first, let's kick things off. First impressions, how did we get there? Let's do the rundown of Gen Con.
Do the rundown. Well, for those of you who do not know, I recently just got a new job with a board game company called Hachette Board Games USA. So the idea there was they brought me to Gen Con, which I'm super grateful for. But on top of that, I went early. So I was there the Friday before the Gen Con started for a work retreat. Work retreat was fantastic. Loved it. Really, really enjoyed it. And then we got to Gen Con, so I got to experience it. It was both mine and Ilya's first time being at Gen Con.
Her collective first time.
And wow. That's really all I could say. I think I underestimated how busy it was going to be. There's just a lot of people, a lot of things to do, and it was my first time like working a booth, so I had to experience that as well, and it was a lot.
Yeah. So I was in a similar boat, recently got a job with Incredible Dream, and they sent me, and I'm really grateful for that because we got to experience our Gen Con for the first time together.
Yeah.
And I got in on the Wednesday, and I immediately was thrown into an event that was going on, and I feel like I was extremely overwhelmed at first. There were so many people that I loved seeing, but all the conversations were basically like, hello, and then we moved on to the next person, and then I was just like, oh, this is a lot. But that was my first kind of experience, but the rest of it was just so smooth and wonderful.
I think coming from our last convention being Gamma, where it was this like almost trade show type show where we were walking around like really networking and doing business with people, to coming to this Gen Con where it was this new games are coming out, there's hype around this, there's hype around that, and there was way more people. I think was very exciting but overwhelming at the exact same time. A lot of the people that we were able to connect with, publishers, friends, other content creators, just was really revitalizing, but at the same time, when you're not used to being around such large crowds, it can get a little anxiety inducing, and if you're like me, you just want to go back to the hotel sometimes and hang out.
And this year, Gen Con did break a record. There was over 70,000 participants that did attend. So there was a lot of people there.
Yes.
Luckily, because we had exhibitor badges, we could go a little bit early. And I remember the first day before it even opened, walking through this massive hall. There are so many booths in this hall.
So many.
And just exploring and taking it all in. Well, a lot of my work was taking meetings outside of the expo hall, so I wasn't in there when things were super, super busy, but you were.
Yeah, it was actually a lot of fun because my booth had Sky Team for pre-sale, and I got to watch all these excited people like run towards our booth trying to get in line so that they could get a copy of the game, and it just like reminded me that like board games are something you can share with people, not just like through playing them, but also through that experience of like, can we get there? Can we get it? And it was super exciting to see all these people get really excited about, Sky Team in particular, but there was a lot of other games in the convention center that people were getting excited about.
There's a lot of excitement. But speaking of excitement,
yes.
What are let's do 3 highlights from the convention.
Highlights. Well, hands down, my highlight has to be meeting Shem and Sam from Garphill Games. They made the trek all the way over from New Zealand, and I, of course, brought Paladins all the way to Gen Con so that I could get it signed by them.
There's a lot of traveling happening.
Yeah.
But it was really cool because when we met them, it was at the stadium. It was our first time coming to the stadium. And I remember walking up and just seeing the vast amount of tables and everybody playing board games. And it was just like, oh.
Yeah, and it was it was so neat to just like sit down with the people that like you admire so much that have designed your favorite game and just like be people. And we played games together, we just got to chat, we got to get to know each other better, and I look forward to continuing to tell everybody that Paladins is my favorite game, and now that I have it signed by the designers.
I don't know, maybe Ezra and Nehemiah might beat it.
That is true.
We almost got to play it, but we were too tired.
Yeah. I mean, in that whole experience too, we did get to meet Bobby Hill, who helped design.
Who designed,
Hadrian's Wall, which is one of our top roll-in rights. So that was also really exciting for us to kind of like sit down and have that experience. Yeah, it was fantastic.
Very fun. I think another highlight of mine was hang out with all the Flatout folks and all the folks associated. Yes, we got Flatout shirts, and I'm so happy. I'm gonna wear the shirt forever because I love their games. I love them as humans, and the people around them were just fantastic. So I think it was one of the first or the second nights we got to go hang out, catch up. We also got to try Nocturne.
Yeah.
Their new game that's coming to Kickstarter.
Super beautiful game.
Which I heard the mechanics, I'm like, I don't know if I'll like this, but I played it and I'm like, I like this.
Yeah, it was a lot of fun to play. I think Sean and Molly are just like, there are people you vibe with, and those two in particular, like, we vibe with really well. And it's always fun to chat games, chat life, catch up, see what's new, and obviously like play games like Nocturne with them and just share that experience.
It was very lovely. But I think that is to say the best part of Gen Con for us was genuinely just meeting the people and reuniting with the people.
Yeah, 100%.
That we've met before, having those lunches, going for dinners, going on random walks that lead you to nowhere. We think we can make it. It's a 30-minute walk, and then we're just 45 minutes later trying to get somewhere in this hot, humid Indianapolis.
Yeah, first time in Indianapolis. Like, there's a lot of food that you can go and try, which is really nice, but you've got to, like, trek a little bit farther away from the convention center.
And there's very little time, so it's...
And you've got the food trucks, which are usually really busy, but also really good, or, like, typical food truck food. And... yeah, just to Ilya's point, like reconnecting with some of the people that we got to hang out with, like Jeff and Jamie from Foster the Meeple. We got to see Maggie and Amy, Thinker Themer, which we actually hadn't seen in 2 years, I believe it was.
Yeah, it's been a while.
So it's been really cool to be able to connect with some of those folks. And I could like go on, like we got to see Isaac and Lindsay from Rose Gauntlet, Amanda Panda, Raina and Phil, like a lot of people, and that we're just grateful to be able to hang out with. We were fortunate enough to spend an evening playing a ridiculous game of How Dare You with Charlotte and Patrick, so Taco and Alone Shark, which was a lot of fun too, and Jess from CCG. So that was,
Jay, and
there's a lot of people. Like I said, the list goes on and on about all these people that we were able to connect with, and it's crazy to see this community that we've like fallen into and just become a part of. And that goes back to say, like, we met a lot of people who were commenting about our content, telling us that they love what we do, they love watching us, and that just like fills our souls. So it's like, as overwhelming as Gen Con was, it was also super amazing just to be able to revitalize ourselves through friendships, through all of that stuff. Yeah.
It was a lot of fun. I feel like it was such a whirlwind. Everything just felt like one day. But there's just so many like little moments and pockets of time that you get to spend with each other and really connect. And I feel like you build those friendships and relationships so much faster because of the limited time they have left. Because even on my flight back, we flew separately.
Yeah.
And I ran into Roberta Taylor, who designs Creature Comforts, and she actually lives in the same city as we do. So we got to play some Sky Team. We got to play her new game, Hello Kitty, A Day in the Park, which was really fun. And it was just nice to connect and just have a lot of fun enjoying that.
That being said, there are things that I think we have learned going to Gen Con that maybe we'll take forward going to our next Gen Con.
What did we learn?
I think I would like to have more of... I went in a working capacity, so I was definitely there for work. I think next time I go, I'd like to experience the con as just a game player, I guess you could say. I want to go and spend more time playing games, meeting new people, chatting, and like really going to the events. I think that would be the biggest thing for me next year. Because yeah, I did work, and I thought it was a really good experience to have that, but I want to just enjoy the convention for what it is.
Demo games and check things out.
Exactly.
Yeah, I feel like I like that as well. I think for me, what makes my brain really happy, and I've learned this over the past few conventions that we went to, is just almost scheduling. Because at an 70 to 80,000 person event, there's so much going on at one time. And there's so many events that happen at the same time. And I think whenever there's ambiguity and we're like, oh, what should we do? That's when I have the worst time. Because I'm like, there's 20, 30 things we can do, and all of them would be fantastic. But choosing where to go, like, I think I want to do that. Because I think the Thursday was one of my favorite days. Because basically from 7 a.m. when we had a breakfast to like basically midnight, we had everything planned.
Yeah.
We were going to go hang out, see the people. And even if like we were a little late to some of the things, we could still say hi, could do all the things. But it was just really nice because there wasn't really ambiguity of choice.
Yeah.
So that's something I want to do. Like, even if we play games, like figure out which games I want to demo. Maybe sign up for those demos. Just be really on top of it, because then my brain doesn't explode trying to decide which pathways to take.
Yeah, I feel like we have gotten better at that. I don't think it was either of our intentions to actually go to Gen Con.
No. Little planning.
Yeah, so when both of us transitioned into new jobs and it was like almost part of the job, then we realized that maybe we should plan a little bit. And I think 2 weeks of planning towards leading up to Gen Con just like wasn't enough.
No.
People had already decided what they were going to do, so it was hard to like figure out what time we could grab from them, what time we could spend with them. And then on top of that, like neither of us had ever worked a convention before, so it was a whole new experience.
But now we have lots of time to plan for PAX Unplugged. Which will be fun.
Exactly.
I feel like I forget. You have a better memory. I forget everything. If you ask me to retell the story of Gen Con, there's like 3 things that I would say would happen, and the rest is just like a fever dream. So I need those pictures to be like, oh, we did go to this and we did do this. So.
Yes, yeah. Yep. And if we didn't mention you in this video and we did get to hang out, just remember that we do appreciate everything and all the experiences that we've had up to this moment. And just like hanging out with you has been amazing. Even you just coming and saying hi was really appreciated. We may have been in a flurry. I feel like there was a couple people who I saw later in the weekend that I said hi to again, but I didn't realize that we had already said hi to. And yeah, I apologize for that, but it's been an overwhelming weekend, and I'm happy and excited that it's over.
We're home!
But it was great. Yeah, and now that we're home, we get to talk about games again, bringing us to our hall.
Ready? 3, 2, 1. Ta-da! Okay, so there's a lot of games.
There's a lot of games.
Some of these we bought, some of these were review copies, some of these also arrived to us in the midst of Gen Con. So this is like our Gen Con. And when we say they arrived in the midst of Gen Con, is we would have got them at Gen Con, but we knew they were already coming. So, exactly.
We did not.
So I think we're gonna clear so we can see our faces.
Yeah.
And we'll come back and we'll so give us 2 seconds. Okay, so I think we'll tell you a little bit about the games and why we're excited about them.
Yes. There's a lot here, so we might just like divide
10 words.
And conquer.
Very rapid fire.
Yeah. Again, thank you to the publishers who provided some of the media copies. There are some of the games here that we did buy, but it's all just like collapsed together. But when we do make content about it, you'll hear about whether or not there are games we purchased.
Yeah, and if you look in our description of all our videos, we always say it in the video and we also list it in the description, so you'll know if any of our content's sponsored, if review copies are provided. You can always check the description for that.
Exactly.
But let's jump right into it. I'll set the tone, I'll go first.
Sure, yeah.
Okay, so this is Tucana Builders. This is the first roll and write that actually turned into a board game that I know of. So, very excited to check this one out. I love the roll and write, and it just looks so much fun.
It really does. I'm excited for this one. Haha. I'll grab How Dare You. This is a little promo party game which has hilarious faces on it, and it's exactly what you would think. It's a quick party game, just cards, and it runs really smoothly. You just don't want to be a silly goose.
This was our definitely convention game of Gen Con 12. We played this so much, and we always had it.
Mm-hmm. It's just so easy to carry around.
Don't be a silly goose.
Don't be a silly goose.
Next up, we have Great Western Trail, New Zealand.
Ah!
So I believe this is the third one after Argentina.
I guess, technically, yes.
So, love these games. Super excited to play this one. Not much can be said. Alexander Pfister.
Yeah. Oh my goodness. Tiger and Dragon. Oink Games came out with this new game. It's got like almost like a mahjong feel to it, but I actually don't know a whole lot about it. It was just like one of those hype games of the convention that I'm really looking forward to playing.
Wonderful. Worse though. Okay, next ones I'll talk about is
BOOoop and BOOoop.
BOOoop and BOOoop. So we love 2-player games. We've done a whole 2-player month. I played this digitally, but we actually don't have physical copies, so we're really excited to play this in person with a little quilt.
Yes.
And check out the Halloween version. And so these will probably be in our 2-player covers, because there's more 2-player games out there we gotta talk about.
Exactly. We love 2-player games.
We sure do.
Speaking of 2-player games, I have 3 in front of me. Dogfight, Caesar, and Blitzkrieg. Is that how you say it?
Yeah.
Yeah, Blitzkrieg. These are 2-player games. They're all like war-esque games. Again, they're 2-player games. We're really excited to kind of just like cover them as part of our 2-player installment.
We were initially going to cover these games, or Caesar and Blitzkrieg, back in our 2-player months, but we couldn't get a copy.
Could not.
And we're really excited that Floodgate Games actually picked all these up now. So Floodgate Games is going to be publishing these.
Exactly.
So that's very exciting, and I'm really stoked to dive these in because I've heard amazing things about them.
Me too. So,
here you go.
Boom. Way to get 3 out of the way. 3 out of 3.
Okay, so this one I think I'm probably one of the most excited about in this. And that is House of Cats.
House of Cats, a new roll and write.
So it's a roll and write, and I've already played this solo twice, the first 2 levels.
Yeah.
It's brilliant. I can't wait to talk about it more. I think we'll be doing a solo video on this game.
Yeah, I mean, it's House of Cats. It's a roll and write. There's a lot of things about this game that speak to our channel, speak to our vibe of game, and yeah, you can expect more content on this one.
Exactly.
House of Cats. I see another roll and write that we might as well just talk about because we're talking about roll and writes, and it's called Horticulture. If any of you have played a, oh gosh, what am I thinking of? Floriferous, the pencil first one, Herbaceous. Yeah. It kind of reminds me of that, but this is like a combo up of plants where you're trying to like match your plants based on certain needs, and you get bonuses for it. It is a flip and write, I believe, so it's just, it falls into the realm of games that we really like, so expect more on this one as well.
Now, we went on a little Beth Sobel hunt at Gen Con, so we started off and bought Fika. Now, mainly because of Beth, because it's just so gorgeous, but having read the rules and looked at it, I'm really stoked to play too, and it's also a 2-player only game.
Oh, okay,
so
I did not realize
it fits into that whole realm of content for us, but we're really excited to check out Fika. Another Beth Sobel game that we got was Dahlias. I like to call this one Beth's Bonanza.
Beth's Bonanza. If any of you have played Bonanza before, this is essentially a reskin of that game.
With Dahlias.
Yeah, it's 3 to 5 player, which is not usually in our realm of games because we usually play 2, but this Bonanza is a great game in general, and this reskin just makes it even more exciting for us to play. Yeah, looking forward.
We also got to play Bonanza with Beth. I think that was one of the first games we played with Beth.
So this is like almost full circle, and now we just need to bring this copy to hang out with Beth and play it with her. Exactly. So, yeah. Well, it'd be a shame not to mention this game, but Sky Team, another 2-player game where you're trying to land a plane and you can go through like campaigns, different modulars. It's been a blast to play this game, and like I said, it was very exciting to watch a lot of people get very excited and run towards this booth to try and pick this one up.
We also learned about this game at PAX last year.
Yes.
So it's been such a long time coming, and seeing it in fruition, actually playing it,
yeah,
it makes my heart very happy.
Yeah, exactly. It's been like a year in the making, and it's finally here. So
probably longer than a year.
Well, yeah, but I mean, for us, it's been like a year. We've been excited about this game for almost a year now, and we're excited to see it finally hit people's tables. Whoa.
Now, another roll and rate is Mission Control, Critical Orbit.
Oh, yeah.
So, most of the things I know about this game is that it is a roll and rate or a flip and rate.
Flip and rate.
Flip and rate. And that makes me excited because, again, roll and rate, flip and rates is definitely our realm of games. And it looks like it has an interesting theme. But this one's the one I probably know the least out of some of these.
Yeah, somebody suggested it to us because it is, of course, a blanket rate. So we decided to pick it up and see what it's all about.
Exactly.
Two player. I see another 2-player game. As you could kind of pick up on, this is like there's a trend here that we're just like grabbing these 2-player games. But Orion Duel is what it's called, and it's a 2-player game. This is the deluxe edition of it. Also, basically you're fighting over Orion's belt if I remember correctly, and it's just like a back and forth between you and your opponent. I'm really excited to get this one to the table again because it's a 2-player game and me and Ilya get to duke it out.
It's really interesting because there's multiple winning conditions.
Yeah.
So you have to kind of race and try to maybe connect some stuff, maybe throw your opponent to the black hole. So it looks very much up our alley. So, yeah.
All right.
Next one I want to talk about is Chicken. So I've been wanting this game ever since I heard about it, and I'm so happy we managed to pick up a copy. And we even saw some people play it. I even got to do some guest roles in the game that were really successful.
This is my con game, actually, because I played it a lot. I played this game quite a bit. Oh. We were at dinner, and I was playing it. We were at like my work retreat, and we were playing it. We watched, Ilya watched, well, we both watched a game go on, and it's just a lot of fun. It's like a push your luck game where you're trying to get chickens and avoid rolling fox.
Are you a chicken?
Yeah, and then the dice pool essentially builds up and you gotta push your luck. Chicken!
Inheritors.
Oh my goodness. I'm really excited about this game because it's like a try to inherit the kingdom through these through the small box Euro style game. It's a heavier game for what is inside of the box, but essentially you're going to be like playing through your cards and reacting based on like the numbers and the colors that are in front of you and the abilities that are available to you. So very excited to get this to the table. Another one of those games that was like very hyped up for the convention, and I'm excited to see the success that it's having.
Waffle Time!
Hey, Waffle Time!
So, AG continues to put out fabulous games, and who doesn't want to make a waffle and put various berries, whipped cream, and stuff on it to make it delicious? I can't wait to play this game. It's extremely up my alley. I'm hungry already thinking about it.
We literally have a waffle machine, so waffle time.
Are we going to play waffles and eat waffles at the same time?
We are.
Are we going to try to make a real version of it?
No, maybe.
Oh.
I don't know.
It'd be fun.
Okay. Dawn of Ulos is a Thunderworks game set in the same realm as Cartographers and what's the other game I'm thinking of?
Role Player?
And Role Player. And honestly, it's just in that world. And I'm very excited to see what happens with it. It was a Kickstarter that has finally started fulfilling. From what I understand, it's like a tile placement.
It's a very unique area control.
Yeah, area control.
Yeah, where I think you can really shift focus. And like when we heard the pitch for it, we were sold for it instantly. I also will say this wins the best cover for me in Thunderworks games. It is gorgeous.
Look at it. Look at it.
Gorgeous.
Yeah. It does actually say right on the back of the box, this economic tile laying game in which players compete in a game among gods. So, very excited to get this one to the table and looking forward to chatting about it.
Virtual Revolution.
Virtual Revolution. Talk about a cyberpunk world in which you're basically like area control and somewhat engine buildy, grabbing for control over this world that is encapsulated by this Neo Paris, I believe.
It looks like it's a really crunchy game with a lot of strategy, and we like that.
Yep, exactly. Yeah.
Now, in a similar vein, ZhanGuo.
ZhanGuo.
I think you say it differently.
ZhanGuo. I don't know how it's pronounced, but from what I understand, this is like a reprint of a 2017 game.
Yeah. It's kind of like Iki, because they've reprinted Iki as well from an older version, and this one's really similar. So it's from Sorry We're French.
Yeah.
And yeah, it's another similar crunchy, big table presence, lots of decision making, hour to 2 hour game that will hopefully hurt my brain.
Yes. So looking forward to playing this one and seeing what we can do.
Yeah. The First Empire. So up next, let's talk about Rocket Ranchers. So this is the first game from Binkadinks. Binksadinks. I always say it wrong. Binksadinks.
I joined their Discord.
They do have a fun Discord. They kind of go through the whole process of how this game is made and talk about a lot of different updates. But very excited. It's a card laying game where there's space cats. The theme is really fun. I've not played it yet, but I'm very excited.
The theme is literally herding cats in space.
But I think cats are bad.
Cats are bad?
If I remember correctly.
No, I mean, they look pretty evil on the box.
Do they?
So.
Yeah, maybe you don't want the cats.
They are very cute. I'm very excited about this one.
Yeah, I'm sure we'll play this one very soon. Splito!
I know this one.
I don't know a lot about it, but I saw Fika and I saw Splito. I'm like, I want these 2 games.
Deal.
So it's a 3 to 5 player game, or 3 to 8 player game.
Wow!
So that's the selling factor right there. We don't have a lot of 8 higher player count games, and I feel I have a good feeling about this one. I just do.
Yes.
Yeah, that's it.
It's the 3 to 8 player card game. What more can you ask for? All right, Revive. This is an expansion for that one right there. Which is a fantastic game.
Incredible game.
And we'll talk about it more because I'm very excited to get this one to the table and very excited to play that one again because it's been a lot of fun. So, Revive, Call of the Abyss. Not exactly sure what it adds, but it adds
it's like 4 new tribes with unique abilities.
Okay, yeah. Besides new tribes, and then I'm assuming new cards, new abilities, and things like that. So very excited for that. Yeah, Revive.
Now another one that's fun is Acquire. So this is actually a reprint of a very old game.
Yeah.
And I feel like we've heard a lot about it, but we haven't played it. So now that Renegade's republished it, we're really stoked to check this out because everything that's said about it is quite good.
Yes.
I think it's like an economy type
game. It's an economy game. Yeah.
Which is very much your alley.
So I even asked people about this around the table when I was first acquiring about it.
And inquire.
It is inquiring, but it sounded better because acquire. Anyways, I was trying to acquire information on this game, then I found out that it's an economy game. So speak further, no more.
No more.
Acquire. Take that way. Wow, this one is an absolute looker, and it makes a lot of sense. It's called Redwood, and it's a game about photography and the wildlife. Things that I and Ilya love quite a bit.
What about me?
But this game is absolutely beautiful, and essentially what you are doing is you are taking the role as a photographer going around trying to capture specific scenes, and you make a panoramic view of all of this, and you score points based on certain things. Really looking forward to playing this. Watched Shem and Sam and a couple other folks play this. It looked very fascinating, so that makes me want to play it even more. Redwood.
Very cool. Now, speaking of more rolling rights, Number Drop.
Number Drop.
I also think this is an older game that AEG reprinted or brought to North America. I don't remember. Something in my memory clicked there. But it's another really clever roll and write that I'm really stoked to check out. I think we have quite a bit of roll and writes to dive into soon.
It sure sounds like we do. Okay. Yeah, there's another one that I can see right here, actually.
Okay, well, this one will retire.
Is more of a flip and write, and that's Get on Board Paris and Roma. But essentially, this is a sequel to Get on Board. New York and London?
Yes.
New York and London. And yeah, you're basically making transit lines, traveling around, trying to make like the most efficient lines and capture some goals, capture some different people, pick them up along the way, and score based on that. It's a lot of fun. And my favorite part about this is the tickets. In at least the New York and London one, they punched them.
Here there's a little rip.
Yeah, here I can see that there's like a rip on them, which is like that means they've been used, kind of thing.
We did get to play this one, and I love Get On Board. If you like that game, this game is very, very similar, but it adds a little bit of nods here and there to elevate the experience. So I'm really stoked to play this more, because I think we only got to play one of the sides.
Yes, yeah. But it's based on player count, isn't it?
Well, I guess we'll have to get more friends.
Yeah, exactly. There you go, Get On Board.
The one I want to talk about next is Suspects.
Suspects.
And I think this is Suspects number 3.
This is technically the third one, yes.
So you haven't played Suspects.
I have not.
But I have played Suspects, and I really, really enjoyed it. I think it was I'm not often huge on like detective solve mystery type of games, but this system and the way that it's built makes it really fun and easy. And I think there's a lot of I got really immersed in the initial story, so I'm really stoked to check this out. Yeah,
it's like a exit room. It's like the series of this game comes out with 3 this says 3 90-minute sessions. I think that's definitely accurate amongst all 3 of them. But it's standalones. You can play them by yourself, and I look forward to opening this one. But I've heard that it's like a clash of the Sherlock and the Unlock boxes, and it meets like nicely in the middle.
I think that's a good comparison.
Yeah. So this is something I definitely look forward to playing.
Up next, we have Crop Circle Champions.
Yeah.
So this one, talk about another year in the making. Or we learned about this game at Chuck's almost a year ago. Because Chuck's would have been in September. Yeah. And it's a delightful tile placement game where you're trying to build crop circles as aliens. As aliens? Maybe. I don't remember because it's been a year. But I'm stoked to check this one out. I think it's coming to Kickstarter in the next couple of months.
Yep.
So, yeah.
Yeah, if you're interested in building like your own tableau out of different crops, then this is definitely one you're going to want to check out. You'll be able to complete some goals along the way, and it's a lot of fun. Crop Circle Champions. Wow, we are almost through it. How about 3 ring circles?
Circus.
Was that because of my sickness? No, I just goofed. 3 ring circus.
We did get this one before Gen Con.
Yeah, like right before.
It would be amiss not to mention it here because of the humongous presence it had at Gen Con. And
they had some guy dressed as a circus leader. The person who was like putting the show on and stuff like that. The ringleader?
The ringleader.
That's what it's called. Yeah, we got there.
3 Ring Circus is a game that we're really excited about. Devere, I've said it before and I feel like I say it in every video, Devere continues to make such incredible games. With 3 Ring Circus, White Castle's coming soon too.
Ooh, yes.
So like we have not played a game that we're like, every single game has been just fire.
Yeah, Devere has been on fire lately, and we hope it continues.
Fire breathing, like the circus.
There's somebody on the back doing it. Boom, boom. Alright, this one's pretty easy to talk about because it's Dixit, but it's the Disney edition. What more can I say? It's so much fun, and it's just this game that you're going to be trying to like guess somebody's oh yeah, I didn't even notice that.
So in the original Dixit, there's little rabbits that you draw. Here, I was in my head, I'm like, I wonder what they're going to be here. They're unique Disney meeples.
Yes.
It can be Tinkerbell. It can be a worm. No, I don't think it's a worm.
There's not a worm.
What is that? Is that
That's
the
Cheshire cat?
Okay.
And then that panda, the red panda. Oh my gosh, it's so cute.
I am
the genie.
Beyond stoked for this game because I love Dixit and I love Disney.
Yep.
And when you love 2 things, you love even more.
And they clash together, you get Dixit Disney Edition.
Beautiful. The next one I want to talk about is the Wild Tiled West. So I feel like this is another one that we were really, like, when we went to Gen Con, we said, this is one of the games we must.
This was the first game I bought at Gen Con.
Yeah, I think this is the first one.
And I didn't even hesitate. I literally walked up to the person, I was like, that game. Thank you.
And Tyler ruined the promo card. He put it in his pocket. So it got bent. I
got panicked, but it's okay. I'm going to try and flatten it out. It's not the worst condition. But we'll make
Polyominoes, Direwolf, the same designer as Clank and Dune Imperium. Nothing else can be said. Yes. Super excited about this.
And look at all the animals. It's so cute.
Animals are a winner.
Wild Tiled West. Obviously, and the name. Oh my goodness.
Did you just get the name?
No. I'm always in awe of the name because I think it's fantastic.
Now, another game we're extremely excited about and we are so grateful that we got a copy of,
Oh my
is
gosh.
Footprints.
Say no more.
Chili Fox Games makes incredible games.
And they just the broad span of what they choose to make is as endless, and I just really appreciate that. So
this is their newest game. This is their 4th game. It looks gorgeous. We can't wait to get to the table. We can't wait to tell you about it.
Yes.
I would be surprised if it's not good.
Asymmetric players. There's a lot going on with this game. Definitely expect content on this one.
Well, don't make too many promises.
Oh. Well, we'll make content on that.
Sagrada Artisans.
What is this game? Why is it so shiny? But it's exactly that. It's Sagrada, but it's a legacy version, and you're working through this like book,
Beautiful
this
book.
coiled book of amazing stained glass things that you get to like flip through and do different things and add new layers, and it's Sagrada in essence.
There's so many envelopes in this game. There's so much content in this game. I wish we had less legacy and campaign games because I want to play them all because they're so good.
Yeah.
But I feel like this one, I feel like this one would be like a good bedtime one. We'd like go, be like, let's draw, because it is drawing too and coloring in, and that's very peaceful and nice.
Yep. I'm very excited about this one. I hear that like the way that they've done the book, like they can actually like veer off and make new pieces that are not necessarily just like squares, like in their
I feel like there's very
original.
little squares in this.
Yeah, and then it means it's touching more, it's touching less, and there's things that you have to kind of adapt to. So Sagrada Artisans, go on that side, because I'm running out of space.
Now let's keep talking about campaign games.
Campaign games. My Island.
I love my city. I feel like this is so easy to talk about because I genuinely am so excited about all of these games.
Yeah, there's a lot of games that I'm excited about. But this is a Rainer Knizia game, and if you've played My City, then this is just like a natural flow into My Island. It's got very similar vibes, very similar campaign that you're going to be playing through, but they're hexagons.
They're like, yeah,
They're
little
like
hexagon
joint tiles. Yeah. So I'm looking forward to playing this, looking forward to see how it evolves, and they give it a 5 out of 5 in curiosity and a 5 out of 5 in discovery.
I'm curious.
Yeah, what more do you
Are
need?
you?
What more do you need?
Okay. Another campaign game.
Holy heck.
Is this good? Okay. Kinfire Chronicles.
Kinfire Chronicles.
So, I obviously work for this company, but Tyler and I saw this game a year and a half ago.
A year and a half ago.
No, yeah, a year and a
Dice
half ago.
Tower West
yeah,
last
holy moly.
year.
And I've been enthralled ever since, and I've been talking about this game for the last month of being employed, and I'm so excited.
And he's still so excited.
I'm so
so
excited
excited
to get through this campaign. I think just the way I'm sold immediately. We were sold initially from the start.
Yeah.
And I can't wait to play this game.
Yeah.
I'm so happy that we finally have
If
it.
I was to actually describe it, I would say that you could, if you clashed Artisans of Splendid Vale with Gloomhaven, that you actually would have a Kinfire Chronicle. And the best part about this to me are the characters. They're so like widespread, they're so inclusive, and that's like one of my favorite parts about this game. And
There's character skins.
Yeah, and the company that Ilya works for. Obviously, like, he might be a little bit biased, but I personally think this game is fantastic. I'm really excited to get into it. I think we actually might play two-handed, so that I can play 2 characters and Ilya can play 2 characters, because I love Roland and I love Asha, and we're going to make it happen.
Make it happen. I don't have room.
I don't either. I have like all of the games on this side, and then Ilya's like, I don't have any room, but I can see that he has like 4 or 5 games over there.
But this one's so heavy. Okay, speaking about my company as well, Kinfire Delve. So this is another one that's coming to retail. It's a card game. We got to play it at Reno.
We did, yeah. Same
it's
world.
Yeah, it is the same world. It's an hour, very high strategy of what are we going to do? With a little bit of push your luck, because there's some dice roll.
It's like a dungeon crawler, where you're going through this realm, or you're trying to get to the bottom of this well? Well, okay. And then you have to defeat the boss at the end. It's really cool because it starts out as a 2-player game, and then I believe they're going to release different games to be able to like combine them, so you can play like 4-player. And yeah, really looking forward to what happens with this one.
And it's same characters as Kinfire Chronicles.
Yes.
So here we'll see Asha and Kor.
Okay.
4 more.
Yep. Speed. This is also Beth. We probably should have done it with our Beth.
Beth's art.
Kites. This is like a real-time game where you're basically trying to keep your kites in the air. And you just gotta like flip the timers based on the cards that you played, and then make sure that none of them run out. It's really fun. It's really fast-paced, and if you like, when somebody tells you what a real-time game is, this is probably what you will immediately think of.
And it is exactly.
It is exactly that. Yeah.
Now, what's really cool is they're building another game in this universe, and I got to see this.
Oh yes, you were telling me about explosions.
I think it's something with explosions. It's basically about putting on a fireworks show.
Yeah.
And the mechanics are slightly different. The way I feel like it adds a bit more strategy to the game than this one. But I'll show you some visuals here with the name because I forget what the name is. But I'm really excited for that one because I think it elevates kites and elevates the mechanic here and makes it even better.
Yeah, and I mean, not all real-time games are like this. I just think that when I'm told about real-time games, this is where my brain would go in how to describe a real-time
I got you. That's what I thought you meant.
Kites. 3 more.
Search for Lost Species.
Pizza's here.
Whose Lost Species is that? They're making so many noise. Search for Lost Species. So, we love Search for Planet X. I'm sure you've heard us talk about this game and how excited we are for it. Will it live up to the hype? We don't know. We'll have to play, find out, and report back.
Yeah, but looking forward to this one. Basically exactly the same as Search for Planet X, slightly different. And now you're looking for a lost species.
Barcelona!
Oh my goodness.
So
beautiful looking game.
We love beautiful games. We love games that brain make your hurt.
That hurt brain makes.
Hurt your brain.
Make brain hurt.
So this is a beautiful game of that. It also has a solo mode, which I'm excited about too.
Look at that.
So if Tyler is not feeling it, I can play it and learn it.
There you go.
But it's gorgeous. Love the cover. Love the concept. Super stoked to check it out.
Yeah, I don't know a whole lot about this one, except that it was getting a pretty decent amount of hype, and I'm looking forward to it. Barcelona! Alright, last game.
I have a lot to say about this game.
We got to play this one with Sam and Shem. It's called...
And Bobby.
Yeah, and Bobby. And it's called Forest Shuffle.
So... there's multi-purpose cards in this game, and the whole premise is you're basically trying to build a forest, and but the trees that you build, you can attach things to it on all different sides depending what they are. And the cards are used as payment to build stuff, so there's multi-purpose is like a layer to this.
Yes.
I dare say this could make my top 10 of 2023. This game is brilliant. Your turns are quick. There's a lot of strategy. There's so much replayability because of the combinations of the cards that come out.
And the way they come up, yeah.
I'm in love with this game, and I cannot wait to play it more.
Yeah, you can definitely battle for different strategies. There's a lot of different strategies that you can go towards. And it's neat because you have to, like, sacrifice by discarding to, like, an open field that people can take from on their next turn. I think that's a really interesting dynamic where you have to... almost like strategically think about like what's going on, particularly when you start playing it more and more. But like I said, the turns are extremely fast, and the way that you just like manage to go around the table and keep everybody's attention, like while keeping this like pretty heavy strategy and only being cards is fantastic. I
think the biggest selling point, last thing I'll say, because we could talk about this game forever, is it's a game that you really learn all the different ways of scoring because you know it exists, but everything is in your hands. So you learn that, oh, there's a set collection of unique butterflies. I can go for that. All of a sudden you learn of a new way that you can score points. You're like, oh, I didn't even know this could be an option. So you start collecting them. It's the game that you want to come back to and kind of perfect the strategy. And I've heard some really high scores in this game as well.
Yeah, exactly. I'm really excited to play this one a bit more and learn the fine tunes of it.
The fine tunes of it.
All right.
Now, a couple other games we can talk about that we don't have here, really quickly, is I did get to see Undergrove.
Yes.
That is the new Elizabeth Hargrave AG game that's coming Kickstarter later. Elizabeth Hargrave makes incredible games.
Yep.
I'm very stoked for this game. It looks absolutely gorgeous, and I'm living for the Mushroom Era.
The Mushroom Era! We briefly mentioned Nocturne, which is from Flatout Games, and that one is looking a lot of fun. And the funny thing is it's not about mushrooms, but it does have mushrooms on the cover, and I just like to note that towards the Mushroom Era, because it belongs there as well.
A little slight hint to the mushroom.
Exactly.
And the last game that we'll talk about as well is Harvest. So this one's coming from Keymaster Games. It's also coming to Kickstarter. And it's a revitalized game of the old Harvest. And it's gorgeous. The characters in this game are just beautiful little animals.
Oh yeah, it looks very, very cute. I'm excited for it. And Keymaster, what we got to see, really just like puts it in a realm of its own. And yeah, that's really it.
Beautiful, beautiful baby.
Oh, the other game that I want to talk about that I don't know a whole bunch about, but I'm going to hopefully learn more about is Nature. And so that one's from North Star Games, and it's essentially like Evolution elevated. It's Evolution Plus is the fastest way for me to describe it. I'm very interested to see how it works. I'm just gonna leave it there.
Nature.
Yeah.
Beautiful picture right here. And I think that is the games that we saw at Gen Con. There's probably more. We did play Inside Job.
Yes. Yep.
So we played that one for the first time. There's more as well.
Yeah.
There's so many games. There's 80,000 people. It's a big event.
Yeah.
We're really grateful to go. would you go again?
I would go again under different circumstances. I think I would go just to enjoy the con. Yeah.
Yeah. I'd go again. That was I think it was exactly what I thought. It was very stressful, very go, but at the end of it, it was so like fulfilling to be able to see all the excitement from different people, to see so many like-minded people in the same place, and how inclusive and welcoming everybody was.
Yeah.
I feel like everyone always wanted to chat with you, learn about what you were thinking, what you were hoping to get. Like, it was just so friendly, and I love that. It's a great feeling.
Yeah, you could be walking down the hallway talking about games with somebody, and then another person would like come in and join the conversation, and you'd feel like, wow, this is really a community built on games. So it's always exciting.
And my favorite thing about conventions is always walking by and seeing people play the games. Because I always like, oh, I love that game. And I always am like, should I go and say I love that game? And I don't, because that would be really awkward.
Except people would love it.
It makes my heart so happy to see so many, especially in like those large like arena spaces or like a huge open play area. Like, so many people are playing games at the same time. Yeah. That's so cool.
Yeah, I think like the biggest hurdle for me is that I'm an introvert. And I have a lot of anxiety around being in big crowds, so experiencing that was extremely overwhelming. That being said, I would definitely do it again.
Now for our question of the day.
Well, what games are you looking forward to playing? What games of the ones that we showed maybe that you're most excited about? Anything along those lines. Talk to us about games.
Do you want to learn how to play a certain game?
Mm-hmm.
Do you want us to play through one of these?
Yep.
Maybe we'll do that if you ask very nicely in the comments down below.
Mm-hmm. Which games do you want to know more about?
I want to learn more about Dixit Disney. I didn't know all the meeples.
Dixit Disney. Yeah, I did not realize that either.
I'm going to open it right now. Look at all the meeples.
He's not kidding.
I am not.
Anyways, thank you so much for watching. We really appreciate it. If you stuck around for this long, we appreciate it even more. And we will see you in the next one because we make weekly board game content and we're excited to get back to it. Bye!
Almost that Mickey Mouse, Tinkerbell, Mike Wazowski. And the genie. Oh, there's definitely room for more cards.